The official word is that we officially have been misled for a very, very, very long time. The government keeping secrets isn't breaking news, but it still stings. This is Bombshell with Melissa Schuling-Smith. The legacy program, just the tip of the iceberg.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
According to numerous whistleblower claims that were presented to Congress and many disclosure advocates, the legacy program may date back as far as the late 1940s and is a classified FFRDC, which stands for a federally funded research and development center, which basically means paid for by the U.S. government, but run by private corporations. Its focus involves attempts to study and potentially reverse engineer unexplained technology, with limited congressional oversight, remaining anonymous to many in government and the general public. When I think of humanity, I may have lost my faith, but I will never lose my hope. When we're told it is in the greater interest not to know, I wonder what the term greater interest represents to the person telling us that. Humans adapt, adjust, and survive. When President Ronald Reagan questioned if an outside force would be the only thing that could unite the world, I think he was on to something. It makes me wonder if this information was not disclosed to prevent panic, but instead to maintain division. If aliens exist, threat or not, the necessity to work together would be the only option moving forward. There wouldn't be two superpowers or G12 summits. Everyone would be included in the sole purpose of the survival of the human race. The "I'm allowed to say something bad about my family, but you are not" dynamic would be in full effect. It's human nature to think protecting by not upsetting is responsible. But there comes a point when not sharing becomes based on the comfort of the secret carrier, not what's best for the protected. It's disheartening that so many of my podcasts come back to the same origins: money, power, greed. Decisions rooted in money, power, and greed always get people hurt, creating unnecessary and avoidable problems. It is, however, heartening that brave people like David Gersh, Daniel Sheehan, Louis Lizondo, David Farver, Ryan Graves, Eric Davis, James Cobb, Harold Puffoff, Jay Stratton, Alex Detrick, Chris Mellon, Brett Federson, Travis Taylor, Tim Gallaudet, Dan Farah, and Senator Harry Reid spoke truth to power for the safety and betterment of our nation and of the human race. If this is the information age, what good is it if nothing changes based on new information? Compliance has become routine, and even the thought of change feels like too great an obstacle. My hope is that humanity will bore of convenience and start to see the huge potential in making an effort. Yes, it's scary and unnerving to realize a more powerful being can stop by whenever it wants and do whatever it wants, regardless of us. But unfortunately, that uncomfortable dynamic is not new to most of us. National security must be for the benefit of all, not some. We must work together, not apart. Our future for far too long has been decided by money, power, and the greed of a small few. Let's create a future based in unity, maintaining the hope that it will make a world of difference. This is Bombshell with Melissa Schuling Smith, the Legacy Program.
Is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?